Paula's Donuts, the official breakfast sponsor of AM Buffalo. Welcome back, everybody. September is Sepsis Awareness Month. Did you know that every 20 seconds, someone in the U.S. is hospitalized with sepsis? And every 2 minutes, someone in the U.S. dies of sepsis. Well, Western New York hospitals had nearly 9,000 adults ages 18 and up admitted for sepsis just last year. So here to tell us more about sepsis is Univera Healthcare Vice President and Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Richard Vaillant. And Doctor, it's a serious situation, and I think a lot of people really don't know what this is.
Yeah, so sepsis, Linda, is an overwhelming infection that affects the organs of the body. So it's an infection that just totally takes over, and it's the body's response to that infection that can lead to organ failure. So you can have the heart fail, you can have the kidneys fail, you can have the liver fail, you can have the lungs fail. So it's real important as an infection develops to get prompt treatment to it.
Absolutely. So it's the inflammation that triggers an inflammatory response from the body that can rapidly spread and damage multiple organ systems.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And that's why, you know, simple infections can lead to sepsis. You know, people think, oh, you know, I just have a touch of pneumonia. The pneumonia can lead to sepsis. A urinary tract infection can lead to sepsis. A skin infection that looks benign but starts marching up the arm or the leg, that can lead to an infection and lead to sepsis. So all of these things can lead to sepsis.
So let's say you're being treated for these other things. How do you know when it now becomes sepsis?
Yeah, if you start having high fevers, chills, rigors where you're shaking chills, you've got confusion, disorientation. So if you're a caretaker and you know somebody's not been feeling well recently and they get a little confused or disoriented, those are important things to consider, as well as short of breath, fast heart rates, things like that. So it's kind of a combination of the symptoms, not a singular symptom, but you got to pay attention.
When might most people be vulnerable to getting sepsis?
They're mostly vulnerable if they had an infection and they're just at the tail end of treatment. Sometimes people don't finish their antibiotics. Oh, I feel well right now, so I'm going to save those antibiotics for the next time. But, you know, our new invasive medical procedures put people at risk. We have new drugs out there that can put people at risk because they immune compromise people. We've got catheters, we've got central lines, we've got things for chemotherapy. These are all things that can lead to. So medical procedures put you at risk, surgeries put you at risk, and if you've had a recent infection, it puts you at risk for sepsis.
Can we, though, successfully treat it?
We can. Early intervention is key. So when you're not feeling right, get to the doctor. Get this checked out. If you can get prompt antibiotics and you can get prompt fluids, this can be very treatable. Well,
I'll tell you, I'm learning a lot about this, and I know our audience is probably surprised, but let me tell you, sepsis deaths in the U.S. exceed breast cancer, prostate cancer, and AIDS combined, with over 1.7 million cases and 270,000 deaths from sepsis. You can see why we have a month devoted to it, and its awareness. So thank you for bringing this to our attention, because again, we're forewarned, we're forearmed with something like this.
Yeah, you're very welcome, and I hope the listeners really appreciate the message we're trying to push out.
Absolutely. We want to thank Dr. Richard Vaillant, who we see every month here on AM Buffalo. Listen, if you would like more information about this or any of our AM Buffalo Univera healthcare topics, we invite you to visit Your Health Matters at WKBW.com. All right, what do you say we have a look at the 7 First Alert forecast? And you'll notice we do have another 80 still to come this week. And then after that, I think we're going to say goodbye to that. For today, a high of 70. We'll see a lot of clouds moving through the area. Thursday and Friday, and even maybe Saturday morning, we're going to see a little bit of moisture move back into Western New York. A high of 77 for Thursday. Possibility of a thunder shower on Friday, windy conditions, high of 82, and that makes me believe that this is probably a little bit of the remnants of Florence. By Saturday and Sunday, temperatures down, high of only 66 on Saturday, up to 69 on Sunday with more sunshine coming back into the picture. Monday's high 71, looking lovely. Tuesday, maybe after that period of rain starting tomorrow, we might see the next batch on Tuesday. with a high of 75. And for overnight, finally, some decent sleeping weather back in western New York. Well, if you want to experience a taste of Tokyo in the Queen City, you are in luck. Our Courtney Corbetta is back with another Taste and See Western New York segment, and you can enjoy Japanese cuisine and arcade games galore at a place called Masuda Chow's.
It's a blast from the past at Masuda Chow's.
It's crazy because I mean there's people bringing their kids in here as well as adults just coming here by themselves to play games. So they're bringing their kids to show them what they used to do when they were their age, and they're also being able to feel nostalgic about what they're doing while they're here.
Let's go. Let's go.
You can watch Courtney's Taste and See features on the Now on Friday nights here on Channel 7. A lot more medical information coming your way on today's show. We'll be checking out the eyes and how to keep them healthy. And also, it's time to get that annual mammogram. We'll have details when we come back. Linda's Hairstyles, courtesy of our salon. Make our salon your salon. Transit Road, Williamsville.
AM Buffalo Furnishings provided by Bassett Furniture. Visit their showroom online at bassettfurniture.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Listen, if you care about your vision and you notice it may be changing, it may be time to see some good professionals. They are here at Eye Care and Vision Associates, and I am here with Dr. Paul Homewood, who is a certified ophthalmologist and eye surgeon here at ECVA, and he can tell us about some of the incredible equipment and procedures that they're using here. Good morning. It's nice to see you.
Nice to be with you, too.
Dr. Homewood, how often should one have their eyes examined?
At least once a year, especially after the age of 65. Someone in their early teens or 20s, probably every 3 or 5 years. But you can never be too young as an infant to get your eyes examined to prevent problems.
Tell us about intraocular lenses and what they are.
Intraocular lenses are used in the course of cataract surgery to replace the cloudy lens that we're removing, which is the cataract. And we've never had a time when there are so many choices with great intraocular lenses that perform different functions. For example, correcting nearsightedness, farsightedness, astigmatism, even replacing glasses in some instances for near and far.
Also, maybe you can tell us what OptiWave refractive analysis is and how that would be used.
That's a great question. With the number of patients who are coming to us with newly diagnosed cataracts who in the past have had LASIK or refractive correction, it's very difficult to pick the proper implant strength to recommend for them. So with this technology, which is at the Buffalo Ambulatory Surgery Center, we're able to measure their eyes during the surgery and get an accurate readout for what implant to put in their eyes, whereas before it was a lot of guesswork.
And I know cataract surgery can be very popular and very effective, and you offer laser-assisted cataract surgery. We
do laser-assisted cataract surgery also at the same facility, and it's not for everybody, but it does offer several distinct advantages. For example, someone who has a very ripe cataract can be pre-softened with this technology so as to not have so much trauma during the surgery. And the laser can be used to reshape the cornea and, in many instances, actually get rid of astigmatism.
Wow. People may not also have heard of this term, the XN gel stent?
Yes. There is a field of a subspecialty in ophthalmology called glaucoma, where people specialize in various treatments, including surgeries. And the minimally invasive glaucoma surgery called the Zen stent has been very popular. It requires a micro-incision, no stitches, and the procedure from start to finish can take as little as 2 minutes.
I think, Doctor, what you said at the beginning is that there have never been more options that you have in your arsenal, basically, to take care of people's visions. Don't let things get away from you. Come on in. If you notice any sudden changes or you notice some gradual changes, it's the time to come on and see Dr. Homewood and his many associates. ECVA has 4 locations, so there's always someone here ready to see you.
That's right. We're in Wheatfield, downtown Buffalo at Elmwood and Delavan. We're on Maple Road in Williamsville and Southwestern Boulevard in Orchard Park.
Thanks, Doctor. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
ECVA, the very best. Call one of their locations today. Fashions for AM Buffalo hosts are courtesy of Lord & Taylor, conveniently located at the Galleria Mall in Cheektowaga. I am here at Winsong Radiology in Williamsville this morning with Dr. Anna Chen, who is the Director of Women's Imaging. And Dr. Chen, first of all, thanks for joining us. We know you're very busy, but we're going to be hearing a lot about women's breast health soon. Let's talk about women's screening and why it is so important to get a mammography.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here. So screening mammography is it's a life-saving tool that I think that every woman should know about and should understand the importance of it. Women, the statistics with breast cancer is that breast cancer is actually the most prevalent cancer in women, second to skin cancer. And actually the death rate for cancers with breast accounts for about 40,000 deaths per year in relation to breast cancer. It's the second most common cancer that women die from, second to lung cancer. Statistics, again, it's about 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed in their lifetime. So it's important to get the screening study.
When do you suggest that screening begins?
We suggest that screening begins at the age of 40 and every year following. And that recommendation is supported by the American College of Radiology.
Why is it especially important if a woman is diagnosed with dense breasts?
With dense breast tissue, it can make it more difficult to find a breast cancer. First, there's the issue that it can be masked. With a mammogram, when people have dense breast tissue is white on a mammogram, and one of the ways that breast cancer can present mammographically is a mass which will be white. So that's how it's difficult to find the mass in a mammogram when people have dense breast tissue. The second is that it has been found to be an independent risk factor for the development of breast cancer if you have dense breast tissue. It's a low risk factor, but it has been found to be a separate risk factor.
But luckily, Winsong Radiology is equipped with 3D mammography, which can really help the radiologist and the doctor determine what is there.
Absolutely. The 3D imaging has helped us pick up more cancers. It's basically a more thorough study. It helps us look through the breast tissue instead of us trying to guess if something is going on and in need of more pictures. So it helps us actually see through the breast tissue better.
Doctor, it's also imperative if people have a history of breast cancer to come in.
Absolutely. With people who have the history of breast cancer, they're actually at increased risk just because of their own personal history. There are new guidelines that are out there for people who have actually had breast cancer that they should not only consider, consider additional screening studies, not only with mammograms, but also breast MRIs if they have their own personal risk.
Also, I understand that if a woman feels a lump and she's just recently had a mammogram, she still needs to come in and have that checked.
Absolutely. A lot of times when people come in for their screening studies, we do routine 4 views, and even though everything is looked at very carefully, if they develop something new, something could develop since their prior mammogram. We also not only look at it with just the mammography, we also do additional supplemental testing, which can include an ultrasound as well to further check out things.
All right. Well, there's nothing like being told you look absolutely fine, and you're going to get that information here at Winsong because they do such a thorough job. It's always great to know that you are healthy, you've had all your exams. The hardest thing I think it is for a lot of people is to make that appointment.
I know, but I really encourage women to make their appointment because it is a life-saving tool.
It's going to be reassuring to find out that if you get your mammogram and everything is okay, you have been in very good hands here at Winsong Radiology. Listen, Dr. Chen, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Linda.
And for more information, please, everybody, contact Winsong Radiology Group and schedule your mammogram today.
As our week-long school cafeteria series continues, today we're honoring the lunch ladies. Now, I'm not saying that on occasion there wasn't a cafeteria guy or two, but for the most part, I bet many of you can remember the team of women, clad in their matching uniforms and hairnets, of course, who served us lunch every day. I can only recall a handful of lunchtime favorites from when a school lunch was only 35 cents. But the one dish that stands out in my mind is Sloppy Joe. To recreate that memory, all we have to do is saute some ground beef and an onion in a skillet until it's browned. Once they are, we drain off the excess liquid and add in some tomato sauce, pickle relish, Worcestershire sauce, and a boatload of spices before letting that simmer. Make sure you chop the onions really fine so no one knows they're in there. On days when they serve these up on toasted buttery buns, you could bet the lunch line was long. I mean, who doesn't love that combo? To bring those memories back to your kitchen, all you have to do is go online and get the recipe for what we call Lunch Lady Sloppy Joes. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where I tip my hairnet to all lunch ladies as they take a tasty and messy trip down memory lane. One that'll have you saying, ooh, it's so good.
Well, everybody, our Ideal You weight loss dieters continue to see great results from this weight loss method that has already helped hundreds, if not thousands, meet their goals. Donna Herberger has now opened her third location to serve Tonawanda clients, and she's here with an update along with Joe Freitas, the owner of Capellos, the salon where dieters who meet their ideal weight goal get their incredible makeovers. So good morning, folks. Nice to have you back. And this is a great time, Donna, with the kids back in school, to go ahead, get your doctor's note, get to an open house, and start that diet.
Absolutely. And don't wait till the first of the year, which will be here before we know it, because so many people could be down 10, 20, 30 pounds by the end of this year and phasing off when everyone else is thinking about what diet to start.
Exactly. I mean, think about how nice you're going to look in those holiday pictures.
Right.
You're going to have people in this, because it's an easy diet to follow. And many of your associates who are working in your locations have successfully done the diet, so you really get firsthand knowledge from everyone.
Yes. All of our coaches have done it, and they've all lost anywhere from 10 to 50%. One of our coaches has lost 50% of her body weight. So they've done it, they've lived it, they know the tips and tricks.
Right.
And we're going to show 3 great makeovers today that were all at Capello Salon.
All right, would you like to go with number 1 first?
Sure, we're going to show Christine.
Oh, Christine.
Did amazing. I'm sorry, that is Marianne. That's fine.
This is Marianne.
Marianne, 38.8 pounds in 23 weeks. She was averaging just under 2 pounds a week. She lost 20%. So when you lose 20% or more, you qualify for that makeover. And that you can really see it in that side view, Linda.
Yes.
Incredible.
Amazing.
You don't have to do any exercise.
No.
Nope.
No.
Just follow the program. And there she is, Joe. That's at your village location at Capello's with her makeover. And she looks wonderful.
Joe, you took some length off her hair, I see.
Yeah, the staff does a great job. You know, we get to do the finishing touches, and it's really a lot of fun to see the complete look when we're all done.
So what we're seeing here is her with her niece, Jessica, who also reached her ideal weight, and we're going to see Jessica's transition as well, but that's both of them at their makeover at the village in Capellos.
You know, I noticed too that a lot of people do start out with longer hair, and I think when you're not happy with the way your body looks, you tend to unconsciously want to cover it up. So you see a lot of long hair, and I noticed that in those in the makeovers, they're more ready to get rid of some of that.
They wear heavy bangs close to the face, and then as they lose the weight and they come in and we do the makeover, you know, they're more apt to wear their hair away from the face, and they want to show off more, and it's great.
Yeah. All right, Donna, let's go with another. Jessica? We have Jessica.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
Yes, this is Jessica, 34.2 pounds, 25 3/4 inches. She did it fast, 15 weeks, averaging 2.3 pounds a week. She also lost 20%. And this is the niece who you just saw, her makeover with her aunt.
My goodness.
Look at that profile. Arms, abdomen, rear end, the neck, gone.
So much healthier.
Look how hot she is, how happy.
That's great.
Isn't that terrific?
At what point can they start to exercise?
They can do mild exercise the entire time, but we don't want them doing heavy exercise till they're in maintenance.
Right.
Because it's about 1,100 calories a day, maybe 1,000 calories a day, and it's not enough to support a big routine, but they can do 30 minutes a day. Absolutely.
And I think we have a Christine now.
Christine, last but not least, 101.4 pounds,
My goodness.
77 3/4 inches, and she did that in under a year in 45 weeks.
My goodness.
45 weeks,
It's like her whole
101.4.
body type change.
Yes, just incredible. While working full time, while raising a 9-year-old.
God bless, that's fantastic.
101 pounds. And there you see the 20%, 30% and black t-shirt is ideal. Look at that profile.
That's amazing. Joe, they must be so happy when they're coming in.
Yes, and
Look at
even
that.
more happy when they're leaving.
Yes.
That's the idea.
You get braver about hair color maybe.
Sure.
You
She's
know,
beautiful.
And makeup, that's fantastic. And remember, we have so many weeks now to the holidays. Gauge it for yourself how much weight you can possibly lose and look fantastic. This would be the time now. The kids are in school. First thing you're going to need is a doctor's note.
Right.
So you can go ahead and work on that and then get to your website to find out when the next open house will be.
Yes, and they're every Wednesday night at the Southgate Plaza, and that's our new Delton location we're looking at now. And we're bringing them back by popular demand at our Clarence location. They're going to be the second and fourth Wednesday of the month in Clarence. So we're helping lots of people.
Joe, thank you. Donna, thank you
Linda.